Alright, so we're back, and you are not going to believe this. That clock is working. Not only that, that really old light is on, if you can believe that. So when I started this clock, initially this little action down in here was almost frozen. And to move it, it took a lot of effort using my thumb. Sorry, watching Wisconsin's playing Florida here in overtime, so I'm kind of keeping eyes on the game as well here. But you know, it took a lot of force to move this little gear down here. There's a little tiny motor that's stationed underneath here, underneath this fixture here, and it was really, really rough. And I was able to get it freed up. Liberal use of my penetrating oil. And so I let it sit for a little bit, soak in there, and then I kind of moved that by hand quite a bit. I think penetrating oil works just wonderful on a lot of this kind of stuff, and if you just let it work in there before you plug it in, you don't want to plug it in and burn this motor out really nice and quick and easy. So I got it going, got it moving, pretty nice and easy, and so I figured, what the heck, let's plug it in and see what happens. So plugged it in, and it started moving on its own. So we got that freed up. It's got this neat little motion effect there, huh? What do you think of that? I don't know. I don't know if the clock keeps time, but I haven't sprayed anything on top. I'm really hesitant to spray right there. I got to be very careful because you get oil on these graphics, and it really will screw them up. So I also took some Windex to the top. I can't really get in between these. There's two plates here. I can't get in between there because you got to be able to pull the hands off, and this top thing is just so corroded. I don't see that happening. So there's no point in getting in there. If I can get some penetrating oil down in there, if I can get this kind of halfway clean, keep this light working. The big thing that I had to do here was there's a switch on the back here, one of these pop switches where you push in and push out, and it was just so corroded that I couldn't get the switch to actuate in and out, and so I worked with that a little bit. It's going to need a little more work, but overall it's looking pretty decent now. At least it's moving. You know, it's moving down here, the motor. And not only that, when I first started moving, I soaked it good, and then I let it run. And it was making quite a bit of noise, making kind of a rattling sound. And now that thing is totally quiet. So I got some leftover yuck in there, so I gotta be careful. I don't want to shock myself in here. So, but it looks like it's gonna get a new lease on life here. So I still gotta clean off this faux wood looking thing and try to put it back together. But I want to make sure all the innards are good and that switch on back is functioning well. And maybe I'll try to give this back to my buddy. I don't know. He didn't sound too thrilled about getting it back, but it looks pretty damn nice. So I don't know. I can find a place to put it. Certainly, nice little clock. I love the ambient light from these things. So if the light bulb continues to work and I can get the switch to play nice, I might just let it ride and set it on my desk in the office and see how it runs. So I don't mind Miller High Life stuff. I like Miller High Life. I like hams. So anything really motion is welcome in my world. So yeah, hopefully I'll give you a shout and show it to you when it's all put back together. So thanks a lot.